we're making a game right now, and inside this game there's a point and click section. That's what we'll be showing. The layout is pretty simple. You just create a new scene. It's a canvas layer, has a background, and then if you want dialogue, then there's this grid container. If you want different positions for dialogue, that's what this is all here for. And then there's one more container, center, so to keep this in the center of the screen with its own little background and options, which are horizontally placed. It's very simple right now. It's very bare bones because we're still working out the kinks. But you got 4 buttons. Each of these buttons can be mapped to any scene. These being the scenes. You just need 2 variables to handle like where you are and where all of the buttons are going. When any button is pressed, then you just set your location to whichever spot that it is mapped to. If you press this button, then you go to that location. I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is Game Over, but don't worry, there's a whole lot more than just this. We have 4 buttons here. These are equal to some new values. Whenever I ready the game, it is putting this variable, location variable, giving it root, and we just have one function that determines everything. This function, when we give root, it sets the destinations for each of the buttons here. And then it sets the text for these buttons to a tag. So we just don't have this. This is just so like it's easier to read, easier to input into like different areas. And then it loads a new background. So whenever you click a button, like these don't have any mapping, but it will open up the image associated with that destination. Which of course, destinations become locations. So we just feed it in. That's the entire base of a point and click game right there. If we wanted to add a new one, let's say you go home, you go to bed. So from root, go home. Go home gives you destinations, lie bed, watch TV, root. So if we want to make a new destination, which leave bed will just take you back to go home. And I would like to keep these as empty strings. These are possible buttons that the player might click. And if we send in an empty value, then that's just not gonna work. It's not gonna read too well, so we can just copy and paste the rest of this. We know button 1, stay bed. That's, you know, staying in bed, so stay in bed. Button 2, go home, which this is going back the other screen, so leave bed. And then these other buttons are empty. And since we gave it the ability to go back a page, then we can just go home, go to bed, leave, go to bed, leave, go to bed, leave. Yeah, the last part, there's dialogue. Let's say interflaps. And I'll choose this position, this text box. Alright, so that's a bunch of something. And it will also never go away, since this is the only time I'm writing to it. So you interflaps, there it is. Of course, you can move it around, but now it's just gonna stay there. So yeah, that's the basics of making a point and click. Connect each button, destination, location, and then set the location. I hope that's helpful.